Hi everybody, Kyle Austin, MLive.com here at Breslin Center after Michigan State's 81-61 Senior Day win over Illinois. Here with my three takeaways here as some his own members kiss the floor behind me. Takeaway number one, obviously, let's start with the obvious. Michigan State's Big Ten champs clinched at least a share of the title tonight and can clinch it outright on Sunday if they win at Wisconsin. So they raised the banner here. I didn't think they would. They've had some bad luck planning to raise banners here before, but they raised it up afterwards, and you know, it's still a meaningful accomplishment for this team because, you know, obviously this team has national title aspirations, and they certainly look like a national title contender. But you know, no matter what happens from here on out, that banner's staying up, and that's something players talk about a lot. That's a lasting thing. That's not going anywhere no matter what happens. And you know, in a lot of ways, you know, the Big Ten title, you win that over the course of 2 months, playing consistent and beating good teams day in and day out. And obviously the national title is the bigger deal. Not taking anything away from that, but that's also, you know, it's a single game elimination, and it's a little bit flukier and it's a little bit trickier, and I'm not sure it always rewards the best team overall the way that a Big Ten title does. So I think that's what's meaningful about this. You know, they want to go on, they want to do bigger things, but as far as rewarding, you know, the best team in the league this year, that's what Michigan State did tonight. Takeaway number two, really my only note about the game is that, you know, Michigan State's kind of fallen in this pattern of slow first half, great second half, and you know, the results have been good. Obviously they did it tonight. They're up by 3 at halftime. They ended up winning by 20. Really came out with a 9-point run to start the second half and blew Illinois out of here. And you can look obviously back to Northwestern when you're down at 22 at halftime and come back and win with that huge comeback. But you know, something I think to address. I mean, obviously it's working out for them now, but I think you run into better teams down the road, and starts like they've had the last couple times are going to hurt you a little bit more. So I think, you know, obviously this team's won 11 straight. It's going to have a whole lot of glaring weaknesses at this point, but to me, if you're working on one thing heading towards the postseason, it's that. How do you get a little bit more out of these guys from the start to avoid potentially being in a hole that you can't get out of? Hey, you know, and then takeaway number three, obviously senior night, and we honored the three seniors, Tum Tum Nairn, Gavin Schilling, and Ben Carter, but you have to think with this team, how many guys are really gone? Miles Bridges, it's kind of a wink-wink thing at this point. They're not specifically saying he didn't kiss the floor. They're not saying this was Miles Bridges' last game, but they're not exactly hiding it either. He spoke afterwards. You know, he talked in the locker room, you know, kind of wrapping up his Michigan State career. So I don't think it's any surprise when he came back for the second year that this was his last year. So kind of without explicitly saying goodbye to him tonight, I think saying goodbye to him too. And then the other guy would be Jaren Jackson, freshman. I talked to him about afterwards, you know, was this their last game? And he said, yes, it crossed his mind that it could be, but he says he's not making that decision until afterwards, which is what we hear at everybody at this point. But, you know, you look at a guy that has always been seen as a first-round pick and is trending, you know, into lottery, into top 10, potentially even top 5 with the way he's been playing. You know, even tonight he had the spin move down here for the dunk. He had 5 blocks. He's just looking to me more and more like an NBA player as the season goes on. So certainly, you know, you never know anything with these decisions, but the way he's been playing, the way he's projected to go, I think you have to think there's a very good chance that this was the last we saw Jaren Jackson tonight too. So that'll be it. Check MLive.com/Spartans for all your coverage, and thanks for watching.